Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're going to plunge into something pretty appealing, I think. The world's most popular beaches. You shared this list from 10 Most Today, which names 10 big contenders.
hmm
And, the source itself says popular it's subjective, right? Everyone's got their own idea of a perfect beach.
Absolutely. It's not like there's one single best beach for everyone.
For sure. But these 10, they consistently pull in huge crowds, get tons of recognition.
Yeah, the numbers and the buzz are definitely there.
So our mission, really, is to kind of unpack why. What makes these places so famous? And, pull out the key stuff for our listeners. Get the essentials quickly.
Right. It's about understanding that widespread appeal. What are the common threads? What makes each one unique but still, massively popular?
Exactly. So let's metaphorically dip our toes in.
Yeah.
The 10 we're covering are Bondi in Australia, Copacabana in Brazil, Miami Beach, USA, Phuket in Thailand, Bali in Indonesia.
A real global list.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Then Santorini in Greece, Waikiki back in the USA,
Yeah.
Cancun in Mexico, Mykonos also Greece, and Ibiza in Spain.
Wow. Quite the journey. A really remarkable set of places, each with its own distinct flavor.
Okay, let's kick things off in Australia. Bondi Beach, Sydney.
Classic choice.
The source points out it's just a few kilometers from the city center. That feels like a big deal straight away, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Huge.
You've got this famous, wide, golden beach, clear blue water, basically right next to this major city. Millions go every year swimming, surfing, sunbathing.
That city proximity is key, I think. It makes it so easy, right? For locals, it's a quick escape. For tourists, it's like the iconic Aussie beach experience right there.
So it's more than just a beach trip.
Yeah, it's woven into Sydney life, a part of the city's fabric almost, not just a place you drive hours to reach.
Okay, interesting. Now let's jump over to South America. Copacabana, Rio de Janeiro.
Sure. Legendary.
The source mentions wide, white sands and a, quote, lively atmosphere. Known for parties, big celebrations, but also just relaxing.
Hmm.
Again, this vibrant feel linked to a massive global city. That seems like, well, it's coming up again.
It is. And Copacabana, maybe even more than Bondi, is just so tied to Rio's identity. That famous promenade, the energy, it flows right from the city onto the sand.
So it's like a cultural landmark, too.
Totally. It embodies the Rio experience for so many people.
Right. Okay, moving north then. Miami Beach, Florida.
Ah, Miami.
Wide, sandy beaches, warm, clear water. Sounds pretty standard, maybe.
On the surface, yeah. Classic beach stuff.
But the source adds the nightlife, the art scene. So it's
No.
not just about the beach itself.
Exactly. That's the Miami difference, isn't it? It has that core beach appeal, sure, but then layers on all this other stuff. Glamour, culture, entertainment.
So it attracts a wider range of people, both Americans and international visitors.
Precisely. It caters to different tastes. You want beach relaxation. Got it. You want parties and art. Got that too. That broad appeal is why it's so consistently popular.
Makes sense.
Wow.
Okay, across the Pacific now. Phuket Beach, Thailand.
Beautiful part of the world.
Here, the source kind of shifts focus. Crystal clear waters, white sands, but specifically mentions scuba diving and snorkeling.
Mm-hmm. The underwater world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus nearby restaurants and bars for convenience. So the draw seems more about that natural setting, especially beneath the waves.
Yeah, Phuket really leans into that, doesn't it? It's less about the city buzz and more about immersing yourself in this, stunning coastal environment, discovering the marine life.
And the nearby amenities just make that easier.
Right. Supports that focus on nature and water activities, a different kind of popular beach experience.
Gotcha. Next up, Bali Beach, Indonesia.
Ah, Bali.
Source highlights stunning natural beauty and relaxed atmosphere. Popular for surfing, sunbathing, but also exploring temples and cultural stuff nearby.
Now that's an interesting mix.
Yeah, the natural beauty plus that cultural connection. What's the magic there, do you think?
Well, Bali offers something deeper, maybe. It's not just fly and flop. You get the amazing beaches, the surf, sure, but you can also connect with this incredibly rich local culture. Temples, art, ceremonies.
This is more holistic trip.
Kinda, yeah. It appeals to people looking for more than just a beach. That depth is a huge draw.
Okay, onward to Greece. Santorini Beach.
Iconic. The views.
Yep, crystal clear waters and stunning views of the Aegean Sea. Swimming, sunbathing, and again, exploring nearby ruins and culture.
Mm-hmm. History comes into play again.
The source mentions the iconic scenery and the historical context. How important is that combo, that visual drama plus the history?
Hugely important for Santorini, I'd say. The geology itself is dramatic, right? Volcanic island, creates those unique beaches and views. And then you have the ancient sites, Minoan history right there. It
Wow.
really elevates it. It's not just a pretty beach, it's a beach in this place loaded with history and like breathtaking scenery. That convergence is powerful.
Okay, sticking with Greece, but hopping over to Mykonos Beach.
Right. Another Greek island hotspot.
Described similarly in some ways, crystal clear water, white sand, swimming, sunbathing, exploring nearby culture and history.
Mm-hmm. Sounds familiar.
So given those similarities to Santorini, what makes Mykonos stand out? Why is it so popular?
That's a good question. I think while the natural beauty is there, Mykonos has a different reputation, a different vibe, often more about the energy, the beach clubs, maybe a more lively, upscale social scene.
So it's the atmosphere.
Yeah, this source doesn't detail it, but that vibe is often what sets it apart from, say, the more romantic feel people associate with Santorini. It attracts a slightly different crowd, maybe.
Interesting distinction. Okay, speaking of vibe, Ibiza Beach, Spain.
Now there's a name everyone knows.
Stunning natural beauty check, but paired immediately with vibrant nightlife.
Can't talk about Ibiza without mentioning the nightlife.
Right. Activities listed,
Mhm.
swimming, sunbathing, and partying. The clubs and bars are a massive part of the appeal.
Definitely.
So it's this real contrast, isn't it? Beautiful nature and this world-famous party scene side by side.
It is. And that duality is the appeal for many. Ibiza shows how a beach can be part of a very different kind of holiday. High energy, music, a specific social scene, all against that nice Mediterranean backdrop.
Caters to a specific crowd then.
Yeah, one looking for both the daytime beauty and that intense nighttime excitement. It's carved out a unique global identity.
Okay, let's head back stateside. Waikiki Beach, Oahu, Hawaii.
Aloha, an absolute classic.
Wide sandy shores, warm, clear waters, ticks the boxes. Swimming, surfing, sunbathing. Hotels, restaurants nearby. Very convenient.
Mm-hmm. All the infrastructure is there.
The source calls it an iconic and consistently popular U.S. beach destination. What makes it so enduringly iconic?
Well, several things. It's pretty accessible, for one, relatively easy trip for lots of Americans, and international flights, too. It offers that quintessential Hawaii dream, right? Gentle waves, maybe learn to surf.
A postcard image?
Kind of, yeah. Plus, the whole setup is smooth, easy vacation. It just aligns perfectly with many people's idea of a tropical paradise getaway.
Right. And finally, number 10, Cancun Beach, Mexico. Yucatan Peninsula.
Another big name, Caribbean coast.
Crystal clear waters, white sandy shores. Popular for swimming, snorkeling, and exploring nearby Mayan ruins.
History again, like Bali, like Greece.
Exactly. Another blend. Beach relaxation plus ancient history exploration.
Mm-hmm.
How does that combo work for Cancun's appeal?
It adds another layer, doesn't it? You get this stunning Caribbean beach experience, the turquoise water, the sand, but then you can easily take a day trip and see these incredible Mayan sites, Chichen Itza, Tulum.
So it broadens the appeal beyond just beach lovers.
I think so. It attracts people who want that relaxing beach holiday, but also want a dose of culture, of history, of discovery. That duality is really valuable.
So looking back at all 10,
Mm-hmm.
it seems like a big takeaway from the source is, yes, they all have that core natural beauty, that chance to relax by the water.
Which is fundamental, of course.
But what often pushes them into that most popular category is something extra.
Right. Whether it's the city connection, like Bondi or Copacabana,
Or the nightlife, like Miami or Ibiza.
or specific activities like diving in Phuket or surfing in Bali.
Or that blend with culture and history we saw in Bali, Santorini, Cancun.
Exactly. Those added dimensions seem crucial. They offer a richer experience, cater to more interests than just sand and sea. That's often the key to that global popularity.
The source also makes a really important point near the end about responsibility.
Yeah. Sustainable tourism.
When we visit these amazing popular places, we need to be mindful, right? Local culture, customs, respecting the environment.
Absolutely crucial. Tourism is often vital for these places' economies. So
Mhm.
that popularity brings a responsibility. For visitors, for the industry, we need to help protect what makes them special.
Well said. So there we have it. A quick tour, a deeper look at 10 of the world's most popular beaches. Hopefully everyone listening has a bit more insight now into what makes these particular spots draw millions of people year after year.
And maybe it gets you thinking, too, about what popularity really means here. Is it just numbers?
Or is it something else?
No.
Cultural weight, iconic status.
That unique mix of nature plus something else.
Yeah, it's a great point. Thinking about all those different appeals, city escape, culture trip, party central, pure nature, What resonates most with you when you think of a beach destination?
It really shows how varied our own preferences can be, doesn't it? Even when we're all drawn to the water.
Definitely.
The world's beaches offer just an incredible range. Hopefully, this dive gave a good taste of why these 10 are so captivating and maybe spark some ideas for future trips.
Thanks for diving in with us today. Until next time, keep that curiosity going.